Happy Monday morning, and it's a great new start to the week. And what am I going to talk to you about? Guilt. So why am I going to talk to you about guilt today? Well, basically this morning I woke up, got up a little later, I was a little bit slower in preparing myself, and started down to work a little later than I usually would. And I don't know, sometimes it can be really, the easiest option is to go into that guilt and regret, and to procrastinate, and just to get bogged down in feeling like, ooh, this is a bad start to the week, oh, I wonder what else is going to happen, it can only get worse type of mentality. Well, I have a choice in that. And the choice I took today was to just say, all right, these things happen. Maybe I needed that little extra time preparation. And I'm actually going to forgive myself and get over this. I'm not going to carry this guilt around with me. Because if I'm carrying this guilt around with me, then it's a burden, and it is shaping actually how I'm thinking about myself, my identity, and what is going to happen the rest of the today, like a self-fulfilling prophecy. So, how helpful is guilt? Not helpful at all. So, I made that choice to forgive myself, because let's face it, I'm the only one that's really going to forgive me for that. Yes, I believe God forgives me, but that's up to you whether you believe God has forgiven you. Aside from God forgiving you, you're the only person who can. Okay, no one else is going to do it for you, really. So, how will this set you free? Well, it will prevent you from being limited by that guilt. The guilt imposes limits on you. Now, this could be guilt from something that's just recently happened, i.e., you've been a little slower in the morning than you usually would be. You carry all sorts of guilt around with you, which can, it can allow your past to define you. So, even something as recent as maybe not performing as well, or something way back in the past, that, these experiences can shape how you think of yourself and then what ultimately you become. Okay, I don't really want to go into it into great depth, because this is hours and weeks worth of material here. But, I could say something from my own past that I've not allowed to define me. All sorts of stuff, I'm not even going to scratch the surface. But for instance, as a kid I had stunted growth, chronic asthma. I always got picked last in PE. School wasn't the best time for me, let's put it that way. Okay, but I've made that choice not to allow that particular aspect to define me. I would not be doing Total Health Plus if I was a sickly, weak, feeble asthmatic, as I could have allowed myself to think of myself. Okay. So what do we need to do then? It's all very well and good saying that. Well, every day. I'm not saying you just need to do this once, you need to do this every day. But if there is something in your past you need to forgive yourself about or move on, you need to renew your mind every single day. Now, this is a conscious choice, and there are things that you can do. I pray to God to renew my mind. Okay, but this is not in a passive way. This is an active renewing of your mind. You choose what things to listen to, what opinions to take on board, what experiences that you rank as important. Say you could have had a bad experience, you could focus on that, or you could have had a really positive experience. You could choose to negate the bad experience and focus on that positive experience. Every day we make choices. We choose what music we listen to. We choose what books, if we do read at all, what books that we can read to influence how we think about life, how the choices that we make, the films we watch, the TV programs we watch, even if it's just something subliminal, it's all stuff that is feeding our mind. And it can be like the food we take in, good food, nourishing food, food that builds you up, or food that damages you. It's not just TV, media, books, films, music, but who are you spending your time with? Whose opinions do you value? Okay, these are all choices that we need to make. And this is a new start to a new week of a new year. And let's make some conscious, positive decisions. Okay, guys, see you later.